What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Sis-Lo, and this is another newsworthy update. Today, I'm coming to you with a story out of Detroit, Michigan, and this story is kind of familiar. Unfortunately, it's become to be all too familiar, um, especially here of late. But it's a story of a 13-year-old girl by the name of Naziyah Harris who went missing a year ago, and a 41-year-old man is standing accused of aiding in her disappearance. And you kind of have to read through the lines because of the YouTube guidelines and what have you. There are certain words that we are not supposed to say. However, it does remain to be factual that 41-year-old Jarvis Butts is the main and only suspect at this time um, in her disappearance. Now, this will probably end up being a multi-part situation, only because there are so many levels to this story. Um, Even though the story is sad, and in this instance, this whole case is sad because so many people have failed this young child. You know, a lot of people failed her community, her family, um, the system, her mom, her dad. You know, everybody, her grandmother. A lot of people failed this baby, and then you are left to wonder, like, how was she made so accessible for this man to take advantage of her in the way that he took advantage of her? So, with that being said, there are so many levels to this story. So I want to just read a little something that came off of one of the news stations here um, in Detroit. And okay, I don't have any difficulties with my streaming. If you guys can hear me okay, I want you to put a one in the chat. If you can hear me okay, put a one in the chat for me because I'm uh I'm blinking in and out on my internet. Sometimes I have a few technical difficulties with this crazy internet. But here's the story from this is from Fox 2 News. Um, and the timeline of her going missing is in January 2024. Naziyah Harris went missing after not returning home from school. Jarvis Butts, 41, is accused of her demise. He had a relationship with Naziyah's aunt, fathering 5 children by her. Now, he had 5 kids by the aunt. And Butts is suspected of impregnating Naziyah and then getting rid of her to cover up the assault. Um, Now, he has been bound over for trial. They have decided that there is more than enough evidence um, to try him for her demise, including some very disgusting now keep in mind he has a 31-year-old fiance. He has mother of five of his I believe 13 children. He has a history of this violent crime, this same sort of violent crime, and he's actually pending litigation on 8 other charges. Naziyah is not the only victim of this predator. Naziyah is not the only victim. So, with that being said, it is left to wonder, how was she made so accessible for this man, this predator, to get his hands on her? And also, after she went missing a year ago, that the grandmother waited until the next day to call the police. Um, the grandmother stated she had 2 houses, and that there were about 10 children living in with her. I guess in one of the 2 houses or both of the, I didn't know. I don't know how the dynamic went, but the grandmother said she had about 10 children living in the house with her. So when Naziyah did not come home after school, she didn't ask any questions. She didn't go searching for the little girl. She didn't make a call to the little girl to see where she was and why wasn't she home. And then she said that she went out and ran some errands, and she returned later that evening and went to bed without checking to see if Naziyah was even home. It wasn't until the next morning when she realized that Naziyah was not there that she then called the school to see where she was or if she had been to school or had they seen her. And I believe it was then at the school or the officials at the school called and stated that the child had been missing. However, I have raised 6 children. I know exactly when they have to be to school. I know exactly when they get out of school. I know exactly how long it takes for them to walk through the door. In most cases, with my children, I was the one to take them and to pick them up. If they were to walk home, they were or ride public transportation or what have you, I had it timed. And that was only if I was working and couldn't get out of a meeting or whatever the case may be. But I knew exactly where my children were. They better not stop after school for nothing, not even to the candy store. They better not go anywhere without me knowing exactly where they are. And trust and believe, If they are supposed to be at their inside my door at 3:05 and they're not there by 3:10, their phones are ringing by 3:15, 3:20. I'm calling the school, and by 3:30 I'm gone to see where they are because I know their pattern of behavior and they know mine. There's absolutely no way that my kid will not be where they're supposed to be or not be at home. And I don't know where. I don't care if they're going out for cheerleading, basketball, bridge club, chess club, whatever it is. I know about it. And I raised six at one time. Furthermore, her disposition, her grandmother's disposition on the stand was like cold. It was like dismissing, like, yeah, well, she knew this and she knew that, and yeah, it was just so dry, so mundane. And then to find out that she's got locks and padlocks on the refrigerator. Now, listen, I have 16 grandchildren, and I know exactly what it's like to feed a lot of children. I have always kept my refrigerator, freezer, cabinets, and pantries stocked because I know that if I don't have enough, Hey, I missed you too. I'm having some problems with the internet. Somebody's outside working, and I had to switch over to my phone and use the internet from my phone, and I know that's not going to last long. So, but I've missed you also, honey lamb. I am going to end this live, and I'm going to come back a little later when they figure out what's going on outside. And then I'm going to try to tether instead of using a hotspot. I'm going to try to tether my computer to my phone. But I apologize for the difficulties. Thank you for coming to see me, sugar. And I will be back, and we will continue to talk about the Naziyah Harris case. Thank you for tuning in, and come back and see me a little later. I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Later for now.